no, Arsenal is in a better position to score Liverpool. I've changed my mind.
Welcome to Tactics and Touchlines. Today we are having a preview of the biggest game coming up this weekend, Liverpool versus Arsenal. And we have Raf being a Liverpool fan, also Prince also being an Arsenal fan. This is one of the biggest games in the EPL. Last season, these were title contenders before Liverpool clinched the ultimate from Arsenal. We'll look into this game. Will this game decide the title race? Or are Arsenal, this is their chance to defeat Liverpool and now become that top giant in the Premier League? We'll speak with both fans and know their take on the game, what lineup both coaches should come up with. We'll look at some of the question marks in their setup and how it will benefit the opponent. Welcome on to this show. Don't forget to subscribe and also like and share your comments so that you'll be able to share it on our next show. So let me start with Raf. Liverpool, your game against Bournemouth, your game against Newcastle. Every football fan is complaining about how spaces being left in your team that teams are exploring. This is the second time Liverpool has gone 2 goals up and the opponent has equalized by 2. What do you think is wrong with the Liverpool defensive setup? Do you think it's just an unbalanced setup because there are new players coming in? Or you think it's a problem you need to buy players to fit this particular problem?
Okay, so once again, thank you very much. As a matter of fact, it is not even only 2 games in which Liverpool led by 2 goals and then the 2 goals were cancelled out by the opponent. It started from the Community Shield against Crystal Palace. We scored twice, Palace came back 2-2, and then we eventually lost the game. Now, Virgil van Dijk being a defensive organizer in the team, I feel he had a good game against Newcastle. Now, the new signing of Milos Kerkez is finding it a bit difficult, especially how he's playing in a new club. Now, unlike Bournemouth, Liverpool rather dominates games and then you'll be expected to join the attack and also drop deep when the need arises. But at Bournemouth, 70% or 60%, they are rather defending and hitting opponent on the break. So he's very much comfortable. In the Liverpool team, it is not like that. I will still give him another chance because against Newcastle, he was really, 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 really bad. Slot, even though we won the league last season, about 4 or 5 games to end the season, last season, whereby we won the league, our team was shaky. Our high defensive line was being exposed here and there. So I expected him to be able to rectify things quickly so that we can be able to move into the new season, that is this season. But per the 2 games I've watched from Liverpool, it is not convincing at all. I'll be very honest with myself and then everybody who's watching. The 2 games we played against Bournemouth and then Newcastle has not been convincing at all. Yes, so we are coming up against the biggest team this season who are even in a good position to win the title. That is Arsenal. Arsenal has not considered 2 goals this season. And Liverpool always needs 2 goals to win a game. And Arsenal has not considered. I saw Prince posting on his WhatsApp stats that his defense can go to war.
And Arsenal have not considered in 2 years. They've not considered 2 or more goals in 2 years. So it's a big start for them.
Charlie, Arsenal defense is an enviable one. I jealous that defense. I'm telling you. Arsenal's defense, Charlie, I'm a Liverpool fan, but I admire how they defend and even score. People are saying they are corner kicks, whatever. Look at their play. They are not the tallest of players. I'll be very honest. I'm a football fan. I look, however a coach wants to set up his team, allow the team to play like that. Diego Simeone was playing the Catanaccio around football and he won some titles in the Spanish La Liga. Nobody has complained. But why is it Arteta is playing it and most people are complaining about it? No. Arsenal's players are not the tallest Gabriel, Saliba, Declan Rice, but they are scoring from set pieces. Look at Newcastle, Dan Ben, Joe Linton, big boys, but they were finding it difficult to score. Even though against our game again, they were throwing a lot of balls into our boxes to target Dan Ben and the big boys. Back to the game. For the first time, Liverpool is playing, and I'm not too confident about the game, especially against Arsenal. I'll be very honest, Ben. I'm not confident unless Slot changes something very, 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 very serious for one side of the team. Because if you look at how Arsenal is playing now, wow, it is so good, and Liverpool must sit up defensively. Even though it's at Anfield, we shouldn't say that, okay, it's at Anfield, so we are going to allow them to, we are going to dominate the game. No, Arsenal is in a better position to score Liverpool. They are in a better position to beat Liverpool. We should give them that respect and sit deep. Liverpool should sit very deep and hit Arsenal on the break. If we rather go and do a high defensive line and we are attacking Arsenal, Ben, it will not be a good thing. So if Ancelotti will respect himself and the fans, he should give that respect to Arsenal. That guys are good. For the first time, we are going to a game and I'm not too confident due to our previous performances. Liverpool should sit deep rather, allow Arsenal to attack us. Because of the firepower we have in front of us, we can attack us now. If not that, and we are doing that high line, the Martinellis, I don't know if Saka will be available. The Martinelli, if Madueke will be playing there, there's hope. But if the Saka will be there, then you should know that wahala.
Okay,
so Liverpool
so
should be very solid
let's look
defensively.
at Ancelotti. Last season, he was one of the best game management. I even spoke to you about it. I enjoy the way he managed games. Liverpool be 2 goals up, 60th minute, Wataru Endo is in, the game is sealed, and everything is going as planned. This season, he's doing the same thing or something similar, but it's costing Liverpool. We saw against Bournemouth with changes that caused the game. Even against Newcastle, there were 1 or 2 changes that caused the game. As of now, Liverpool hasn't kept a clean sheet in 13 of their games. Do you think it's a big concern going into a game against a team like Arsenal? And what should Ancelotti do to be able to now make that defensive pairing and that goal post stable so that they wouldn't concede a goal or more against Arsenal?
But we have had a new defensive setup. That is, apart from our goalkeeper Alisson Becker, Virgil van Dijk, and Ibrahim Konate, the fullbacks who are very, very instrumental in our team setup are new, which is going to have a little effect on the team defensively. It will take time for them to gel, even though we had some preseason games. But when the Premier League proper starts, that is the real test for the guys. So I believe they're going to come good. But for now, Liverpool should defend very deep. We should protect the new players. When I say protect them, we should cover in some gaps for them so that it won't leave them exposed. For example, when Liverpool played against Newcastle, you saw Dominic Szoboszlai playing as a right back. There will be some changes and other stuffs in the team, right? The regulars have not come to the party properly yet. So this is a big test. I mean, if Liverpool can do something this season against Arsenal, high-flying Arsenal, we don't have any choice. Liverpool has to give Arsenal that respect. Liverpool cannot keep a clean sheet against Arsenal. That is one. If Liverpool is able to keep a clean sheet against Arsenal, I'll be extremely grateful. But I doubt if Liverpool can keep a clean sheet. We might beat them, but we'll get a goal. It depends on the atmosphere on the day and how our game is going to be like in the first 10 to 15 minutes and how it's going to be. I will not be able to predict for now unless I see 1 or 2 things before our game starts. So that is what I can say for now.
Okay, so you watching this show is brought to you by mybet.africa. They are a truly Ghanaian betting company. And I always tell you that if you want to register on any betting platform, I would advise you to register on mybet.africa because they have given us the best. I've seen people winning millions of money with them and they go out and pay. There's not a betting company who will tell you to wait for a grand audit and a whole lot of things. mybet.africa would give you everything you need with amazing odds, with early payout option, with ACA bonus of up to 1,500%. Below the description, you see a link, you click on it, and now you register and become part of the family. When you register using that link, you can now go to their free coupon and type TTPOD to be able to get a free 10 Ghana cedi bet for the weekend, or you can bet on this Liverpool Arsenal game. Let me go to Prince. Arsenal has been one of the best teams defensively in the Premier League, and this season they are holding two clean sheets. They are holding two clean sheets in the competition. Arsenal hasn't conceded 2 or more in 2 years. Do you think Arsenal would be very solid against Liverpool? And also, what do you see this game going? Is Arsenal going to concede more, or they are going to be defensively solid as they always have been?
Okay, thank you so much. Honestly, this is one of the matches I'm extremely convinced that we have the upper hand against Liverpool. Liverpool at Anfield, since Arteta came in, we've never won Liverpool at Anfield. The best we could do is a draw. The last time we scored Liverpool convincingly was a 3-1 against them at Emirates, which was unblocked.
And also the last time Arsenal at Anfield, the last time Arsenal won at Anfield was in 2012 by 2-1. So it's been years.
Yeah, it's been long since we actually won at Anfield. That stadium is one of a hell for us. So, and honestly, I really feel convinced within my heart that this is the perfect time for us to score Liverpool. And this is not just a game that I'm so convinced about, because I look at all the odds and everything is pointing to Arsenal that this is our chance to take it. This is I've tipped about 6 games that if we are able to get a 3 points at their home, we are good to go. A game against Bournemouth, against Fulham, game against Everton. These are teams that have really worried us back then, in 3 or 4 seasons ago. You get it. So I've just tipped. I think that these teams, I should say they're on our red list. These teams, there are about 5 teams, they're on our red list. They are home ground, so you have to take the 3 maximum points. And we did first with Manchester United, and that was okay. Now we are going to Anfield. And honestly, we have a very good defense, which is true. And I'm so happy we are even getting one left centre back from Bayer Leverkusen. That
is Nkapi.
Yeah, Nkapi, yeah. And we're also getting a right back. We're also getting a right back from Girona. We are looking at getting a right back from Girona. So you could clearly see that we are boosting the defense. No matter how good the defense is, we are still getting more additions to solidify the defense. Because one thing I think Arteta and Andre Berta are doing so well this season is we are learning from our mistakes from last season. Last season, we had issues with injuries and it really tore the team apart. So this season, they are going all out to make sure that we are replacing every pin that falls on the ground. And we are not throwing anything away. And this game against Liverpool is a big test. Honestly, I'm sounding this with a bold chest that this is one of the biggest tests we have after Manchester United, because the Anfield, the fans, the noise is something. It's very difficult to contain, and we have a Liverpool that has issues with their defense. One, when you look at their defense, it's terrible. Look at the few games that they've played, even from the preseason. I think I watched the game they played against AC Milan, and it was terrible. You could see their defense is shaky. And now Frimpong is injured. Kekes is not doing so well. I think that the last game they played against Newcastle, he had to make Szoboszlai start from the right back. So you could clearly see that there's a problem with the defense. I feel so bad and I feel so hurt. Saka is injured. That's my only cry, because if we are to have Saka in there, I don't think Kekes will stand in for 45 minutes. I think around 30 minutes, the coach would have to change him, because the likes of Robertson, the first game you played against, your first EPL game, after 45 minutes, you had to change both the wing backs. I think if Saka played in this game, he would have done a similar thing. He would have changed Kekis maybe in the 30th minute. But we are just. I'm hoping. I'm hoping. I'm hoping we play. Ethan Waneri. Ethan Waneri will play to substitute Saka at that role, so at least it becomes more of a threat to Kekes. So I'm so hopeful. I'm so hopeful that this match we are going to Anfield and we are coming back with the 3 points. Not one. We are going for all the 3 points.
Okay, let's look at tactically into the game. Hugo Ekitike has been one of the brightest stars in this Liverpool setup.
Yeah.
And coming into this game, he finds a lot of spaces, make sure that he's able to drift in, come wide, and also score from all angles. How do you think Arteta needs to set up his team, especially with a mobile striker like this? How is Arteta supposed to set up to be able to lock him down so that he wouldn't get a third goal in a row in an EPL game?
Okay, so there's one thing I always tell my colleagues at work that in the EPL, your attack is only good when it meets the Arsenal defense, because this is a defense that is solid. Like people will be like, oh, we are in form, like we are playing so well, that our team is good, we have the advantage. My question is, have you met the Arsenal defense? You haven't. So wait until you meet the Arsenal defense. When you meet the Arsenal defense, that's when you can come up and be like, okay, we are good. Our strikers are good. I think Arteta will have to set up a barricade, more or less like a barricade to stop Ekitike has to be pinned down. At least we have the likes of Saliba, who will be very aggressive on that day. And in these two games, you realize that Salah isn't getting those he used to get from Trent back then, when Trent was in the Liverpool setup, where you just push in a through pass, then it gets to Salah. Then before you could see Salah's ball is at the back of the net. You could see Salah hasn't found his feet in these two games because of the absence of Trent Alexander-Arnold. So that's also an advantage Arteta should look at. He should take advantage of the fact that now there's no Trent Alexander-Arnold who's going to be putting those true passes in there for the strikers like So we have to get our midfielders to block those passing lanes that will get to the strikers. So it's not just about the defense, but the likes of Zubimendi and the Clarice should partner so well that those passes that gets to the final third of the pitch, they should block them. It shouldn't get to someone like Hugo Ekitike and Salah and Gakpo. So at least when we block those channels, I think we'll have a good game.
To find out from you, Arsenal being one of the best teams when it comes to corner kick, they've scored 33 corners. That is since Arteta joined them. And how can Arne Slot be able to stop these corner kicks and not Arsenal scoring from a corner again this season in the Premier League?
Yes, Ben, first of all, I told you initially that one thing I like about Arne Slot is that he learns on the game. However the game is being played, he's able to adjust himself, and then he's a quick learner as well, right? Aside whatever we are going to do at preseason, when our game or when the Premier League starts and there are some changes, he's able to adjust and adapt to that changes and then also that systems. As of today, the news coming in is that Liverpool has appointed a set-piece coach, a new set-piece coach to work on the defense and how we are going to defend and also score from set pieces. That should tell you that. And the name, I should get the name right, Aaron Breaks. That is the name of the guy or the coach to take care or to be in charge of our set pieces. That should tell you the importance of our set pieces in the Premier League. Now, we have some of the best players when it comes to defending set pieces. But one man alone, being Virgil van Dijk alone, cannot single-handedly defend a set piece like that. For example, when we played against Newcastle, look at how Bruno Guimaraes, a player who is not of the tallest or the biggest of players on the pitch, look at how he was able to score from a header, a direct throw in, and he was able to score from that direct header. It was a bad body orientation, how Milos Kekes positioned himself for him to turn his back for the Bruno to just score that goal. So I believe that going forward, our team is going to work on that. And now we are meeting the best team when it comes to set pieces, especially corner kicks. Last season, they beat us. They scored twice from set pieces when we played against them. Mikel Merino and I think Declan Rice also. So this season, well, our Prince is very, very confident, and every Arsenal fan will be confident due to our bad defensive shape. Arsenal doesn't concede, but hopefully Arsenal will concede their first goal. Arsenal will concede their first 2 goals on Sunday. I'm telling you, Arsenal will consider, because our firepower in front of attack at Anfield, we will score. Arsenal should bear in mind, we will score. Liverpool will score, but as to the 3 points and Arsenal also not scoring, man, I can say emphatically, individual brilliance on the day will come to the parties. There will be some few moments where players are going to exhibit their, aside the tactics and systems that will be deployed by both managers, a player's individual brilliance will win the game for a team. And Liverpool has that individual brilliance in abundance in the setup currently. The Cody Gakpo, the Florian Wirtz, the Hugo Ekitike, the Mohamed Salah. All these guys can pull up a surprise at any time. And latest by Sunday, there will be a huge announcement. Alexander Isak is coming. Maguire is also coming. Unfortunately,
yeah, giving us an unofficial announcement before Sunday.
I'm telling you, yes, just that Isak will not be ready for the game, but Isak will be a red, hopefully, and that is the good news. Isak coming alone is enough for us to beat Arsenal. So I'm saying it again. We'll score a goal, maybe 2, but as to how we are going to defend, I leave it for the team to decide and for them to work well on that one.
Okay, so I want us to look at Liverpool's setup, especially in this game. Do you think Florian Wirtz hasn't really gotten his game running in the Premier League? And should Arne Slot rest him a bit for this game? And also that right back position. Do you think with, even if it's Noni Madueke, Martinelli, or Eze coming in, do you think Szoboszlai can be able to play that right back again against Arsenal?
Yes, Ben. Our game against Newcastle, getting to about 20 minutes for the game to end, we introduced Conor Bradley. That was a dress rehearsal for the Arsenal game. So against Arsenal, Szoboszlai will not be playing as a right back again. That one is a sure thing. Szoboszlai will be coming into midfield. And then, luckily for us, Bukayo Saka, fantastic player by our standards. He'll be coming up against Milos Kekes. And Milos Kekes knows what that guy can do when Arsenal played against Bournemouth. He won't be searching for it that much. He will be very, very alert that whoever will play that wing, hopefully, that's what I said. Fortunately for Liverpool, Bukayo Saka is out. Madueke, that one we can handle him. And then we'll see how it goes. But at the right side of defense, Conor Bradley will be. Then Conor Bradley doesn't bomb forward just like how Trent Arnold bombs forward. He's a typical number 2, a traditional number 2 who will just stay, wait for Martinelli or whoever, Trossard or whoever will play in our wings, and then we'll take it from there. As for Victor Gyökeres and then Van Dijk, it's a mismatch. He will not be even able to win one area ball against Van Dijk. That one's a sure thing.
And Prince, let's look at your lineup from your side. Do you think with Odegaard maybe missing out, Saka missing out, there's the time for Noni Madueke and even Eberechi Eze coming into the team and kicking off their season? And what do you think Arteta needs to do to be able to hold up players like Mohamed Salah, Florian Wirtz, and also Hugo Ekitike up front?
I think just like I mentioned earlier about the Liverpool strikers, the defensive midfield, that is from Zubimendi and Declan Rice, should make sure those channels should be blocked so those balls doesn't get to Hugo Ekitike, Gakpo and Salah. But if it was last season, as we have Saka out, Martinelli would have gone to play the right wing. but Martinelli hasn't started the season so well. I think last week against Leeds, he didn't play a minute. So I'm looking at we introducing Ethan Waneri on that flanks because he played very well against Leeds when he came to substitute the captain Martin Odegaard. And on the right flank, on the left flank, I believe Eberechi Eze would start either from the left wing or probably starting from 10, since the captain is also injured. So if he's going to start from 10, I'm looking at we putting a Trossard at the left wing because he also played some minutes in the Leeds game. So then we have our target man to just mask it on. Either he's going to mask on, he's going to flick his hair. So you should just be ready for any of the celebration. Either we flick the hair or we mask it on for you. So Liverpool should. And what and what beautiful thing, one beautiful thing about this match is that Liverpool finds it difficult to win a game without going three or more goals up. If you look at the past 2 games, you have to score more than 2 goals to win it. Here lies the case: you are meeting a defense that doesn't concede more than 2 goals. So the question is, how are you going to win the game if you need to score more than 2 goals and you're meeting a defense that doesn't concede more than 2 goals? So this is a game that is going to really be lively because it's like everything is in place, the metrics are clear, and we just see what to come out of it.
Okay, we've seen what to come out of it. I want to find out from you, what do you think the scoreline would be after you being so confident that this is the time for Arsenal to get their next win at Anfield? What would the scoreline of this game be?
Okay, with our defense being that solid, I don't think the goals will be that much in this game. So maybe a 2-1 or a 3-1 in the favor of Arsenal will do.
Okay, Raf. From your side, you say you're not that confident. You're not that confident of your team.
Ben,
what do you think the scoreline would be?
Yes, Ben. What Prince said has given me some confidence. He said Odegaard is out. Bukayo Saka is out.
Yeah, Odegaard is out.
Ethan Waneri is out. I've changed my mind. Liverpool 3, Arsenal 1.
Liverpool 3, Arsenal 1. So we are seeing Prince saying Arsenal 3 or 2-1 against Liverpool. Raf is also telling us Liverpool 3, Arsenal.
That match is Odegaard and Bukayo Saka. When they add a lot to the team, and Eberechi Eze is now in a new team, he won't gel like that, right? So for me, Bukayo Saka being out, Eberechi coming in, Martinelli is not playing too well. Gakure is a new player. The front line will be shaky a bit. It will give Van Dijk and the guys some bit of rest. If Odegaard and Bukayo Saka were in, I would have been a bit cautious. But for now, I'm getting some hopes. So let's see how it goes.
Okay, so thank you all for joining us on Tactics and Touchlines. Today we had the EPL review talking about the big game coming up, Liverpool versus Arsenal, and also we touched on some of the few games that will be happening this weekend. Scan the QR code below and join our Telegram group where we have our fantasy league, and also you can join and have discussions on other things that are happening in the world. So thank you all for joining.